Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. I am so happy that you decided to stop by and chat about what's going on this week. So we're going to look at December 6th through the 12th. I got to say, this is definitely energy around figuring out what you want to do in relationships. Because we have Venus, who is all about relationships. She's also about finances and career and things of value and self-esteem and self-worth. But because she's moving through Capricorn, having this conversation with the moon that rules your sign in your 7th house of partnership with Pluto, I think you could be talking a lot about what it is that you want to accomplish in these arenas of your life. And I think there's some changes that are coming for you over the course of the next quarter of the year. When she moves out of there, I think that we have a lot of clarity. So we start off with the moon in Capricorn having these conversations, and it's really the best day if you want to get some stuff done and accomplished. It's your get or done day of the week. If you're like, oh, I wish I had already known that, you should check me out on Facebook. I do daily readings and they come up the night before, and then you would know. So what we have here is wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. This is using your intuition, Cancer, which you definitely have in abundance, to help you to look at things from a different perspective, to find creative solutions. When the moon is in Capricorn, it is trying to creatively problem solve. And Venus is trying to creatively problem solve. You have stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal to you what you need to know about your situation. Take some time to meditate. Take some time to focus in on what it is that you're trying to manifest and bring into your life. Allow yourself space on a regular basis, they're saying. A regular daily basis. Okay. And so, Cancer, you give a lot of your time and your effort to everybody around you. They're saying even if it's just that few minutes that you get in the shower, give some time to yourself to just let your mind wander free and see what you get. And you have friendship, so rely on the friends. This feels like 3 of Cups energy. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So there is a support system out there. There's a support system that surrounds you in the spiritual realm that can help bring to you those in the 3D realm that will help you to manifest your dreams. And so be sure to ask your guide team, as always, for help. They can't do it unless you ask, so that you don't have to do everything yourself, is what they're saying. You don't have to do everything yourself. The moon moves into Aquarius at 6:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. And so the moon in Aquarius is going to be in a square with Uranus. And so the moon wants to make changes and adjustments, and Uranus wants to, but Saturn is really holding everybody back right now. And so this energy is kind of stuck right now. It will break free, but it's not going to be this week. And there's a lot of tension too, because Mars wants to create some change and is squaring off with Jupiter in Aquarius. But again, Saturn's really holding everybody tightly held in place and not letting anything happen. So this tension, this energy of wanting to make change and not necessarily being able to make change is going to bleed over into Wednesday. But one thing that's nice about Wednesday is that moon is going to be in the energy of choice and decision making with the sun and with Mercury in Sagittarius. And so with that energy, there is kind of the weeding out of what doesn't work, like being willing to let go of what doesn't work so you can start focusing in the direction you want to go. And so it becomes necessary for you to speak your truth to yourself, possibly to other people, but I really feel like this is more about you getting really honest with yourself about what it is you want. And the more that you have clarity, about what it is you're trying to accomplish, the stronger the vision is that you can hold. And if you can hold the vision long enough, you can manifest it. And so we have your honesty. Honesty will ultimately be rewarded. So be honest with yourself, be honest with others, as always. But I feel like this is the honesty with yourself. If you really know what it is you want to create and what it is you want to manifest, where do you want to make changes in your life? Okay, so say you're saying, oh, I just wish that I was a size 2. Okay, first off, Is it really a size? But we'll say so. Okay, so size 2. I wish I was a size 2. But, you know, you aren't taking any action steps in that direction, then are you being honest about that desire? And really, what is it? Is it that you want to be a size 2 because you want to be healthy, or because you want to attract people, or because you don't feel good about yourself? And there's a need to drill down deeper into the why. This is where you get really honest with yourself. Really honest with yourself about why is it that that is what it is you want, when really maybe what you want is to feel accepted and loved by others. But the truth of the matter is you can't feel accepted and loved by others just because you're a size 2. You feel accepted and loved by others when you love yourself. And so it isn't necessarily what you think you want that you really want. And that's why the need to go deep and get really honest about what it is you're seeking. What is it that really matters to you? And this is why Venus is going to have this long, ongoing conversation for 4 months. She's going to be talking to Pluto and everybody that wants to transit or interact with them about this game plan. So the honesty that you have when you really figure out what it is you want, then you start making progress. It is the first and most important step is the clarity. And clarity is hard to come by. So let's start with what you don't want and start weeding that out. Let's figure that out first. So because we have Mercury going to be squaring off with Neptune, and so that's going to be exaggerated energy. That's going to be storytelling and lots of exaggeration and confusion. So don't worry about that. Start feeling into what it is you truly want. On Thursday morning, there is a possibility that you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to get back to sleep. Pay attention to what your dreams were right before you woke up and what you're thinking and feeling, and understand that your imagination is a powerful tool and you can use it to envision your future. If you use it to envision a positive future, that's what you're going to manifest. When you wake up, many people are going to be grumpy. So extra caffeine and a little extra chocolate might be on the order for the day. Maybe you carry some chocolate with you to hand it out to keep everybody from being grumpy around you, because you pick up that energy. The moon's going to move into Pisces at 9:53 in the morning. And that is beautiful energy. You will be like, oh, yes. It'll be like this, okay, I can do the day energy. So, focus on your dreams and your goals. You don't necessarily want to share out with other people, because then they'll be like, well, how are you going to do that? And the truth is, we don't know yet. We don't. Like anybody who thinks they know exactly how next year's going to go right now, they're not being honest with themselves, or there's things that they just don't know that's going to upset their plan that they are just unaware of. So don't worry about that. But do, however, look for synchronicities, because you have the synchronicity card. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So when you notice, like you're like, I really want this promotion at work, but that person's been at work here forever, and I don't think they're ever going to leave, and so I might need to look someplace else for a job, okay, because I want that job. So wait and see. All of a sudden, do they decide they need to cut back their hours because they need to spend more time and they're going to step down? Well, then maybe there's your opportunity to go approach your boss. Like, I kind of want that job. Or maybe someone says to you, you know what? There's this job opening at this other place. And just so start tuning in to where the opportunities and the doors are opening. Those are synchronicities. When you're clear about what you want, the doors open. You have to step through them. You have to take action. But the opportunities come in. So Venus is going to actually come into actual exact conjunction with Pluto 3 times. And the first time she's going to do that is going to be on Saturday, the 11th. And she does it at 11:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. And then for the next 3 hours, this is a great time to really put some stuff on paper, take some action steps towards your goal. This is a great opportunity to really get some things done and accomplish. So really step into that energy and use it. And then later in the day, the moon is going to move into Aries. And when the moon moves into Aries at 4:46 p.m., the energy kind of shifts, because the moon is going to, not too long after that, come into conjunction with Chiron, and Chiron brings up the triggers, the stuff from our past that needs to be brought up and looked at it. And just because somebody's doing something in right now and it's upsetting you, take a step back and go, wow, should that have bothered me that much? So maybe it wasn't what they did, it's that it triggered that feeling of abandonment, or that feeling of not being good enough, or that feeling of insecurity, or whatever it is that it triggers for you that happened back in your childhood. And when you look at it and you go, oh, okay, that's what the problem is. So you don't need to be keeping having those fights with something right now that is not really the problem when it's back there. And then you go in and you heal it through love and forgiveness. And the fact that people never know what the heck they're doing. And then you can let it go. I am always enough. I am always enough. That's your mantra for the week. That should be your mantra always. You have the lighthouse. Don't doubt your worth. Don't doubt your worth. And you have the library. Take control of your own narrative. Look at the puppet strings. Don't let the things, the crappy things that were said to you as a child determine your value now. People only were doing what they were taught. You can cut those strings at any point. Take out your scissors and just literally cut them. Go cut, 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 cut. I'm going to write my own story. We have completed with this eclipse that we just had in Sagittarius, the South Node and the North Node. They're just about done. In a month, they will be moving on into Taurus. And so this is the clean slate in the area of the storytelling, Gemini. We get to write our own story. Start over. Take control of your own narrative. When that stuff comes up, when the negative energies, the things that you get triggered about. Okay. They're saying that you get triggered, you're like, oh, that's because of this thing happened to me when I was a child. Take yourself in your imagination back to when that happened to you when you were a child. And in your mind, imagine the outcome that you would like. Change the story. Because when you change that, you take back your power, you feel your power, and that scenario does not have power anymore because your mind will remember the most recent thing about it. When we keep telling ourselves the stories over and over and over and over, they become ingrained and we just can't seem to get away from that energy. So, my brother used to pull my hair all the time, you know, and then you're walking through a doorway and your hair gets snagged and you get really upset and you're like, wow, that was just like an accident. Why did that make me so mad? Oh yeah, it reminded me that my brother used to, oh, and he was so mean and he'd pull my hair all the time and he thought it was so funny and he'd run up behind me and pull my hair and he'd pull my hair. Okay, how about this? You're like, all right, so my brother used to come up behind me to pull my hair. How about I turn around and I step on his foot and he's like, ow, what'd you do that for? And he stops pulling your hair. Like, you can totally imagine that scenario happening. Even if it didn't, it doesn't matter. Because the story you tell yourself becomes your reality every time. It's all make-believe. Everything we go through is actually make-believe. So it's just our imagination playing things out. So you use your really great imagination to be victorious. And remember, you are always enough. So, take control of your own narrative. You don't need to allow other people, you know, what they say or think about you is their opinion. That doesn't have to have anything to do with you. It's none of your business. You get to tell your own story of who you are. All right, Cancer. You guys take good care. It's a big week. I can see that. The energy is building. This is a big year. We're wrapping up a big year. We really are. So your month ahead, your year ahead, just speaking of wrapping up a big year, the 2022 sneak peek came out. I know it came out on Friday, which was a really weird day. It was just I didn't have a lot of time last week. So I will link that right here. You can check that out. And always, I'm on Facebook at Moonlit Waters. I put little videos out every day for the day before. For the next day, so you can check out what the energy on Mondays are on Sunday, so you don't have to be surprised. All right, you guys take good care. I will talk to you soon.